Over in Group D, it's the Czech Republic that lead the charge after another solid performance, and of course, yet to taste defeat. What about Croatia? Are they still in the mix? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, looking back, of course, to the Group D encounter between the Czechs and the Croatians, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, smash your subscribe button, get your bang up to date with all things Euro 2020 related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related, we're going to know here. Under one Ruski, that's right, boys and girls, of course, massive game this one, of course, to try and get themselves a little bit closer to the knockout stages. The Czechs have opened up their account with a win at Scotland, and of course the Croatians opened up their account with a defeat to England. This was a must-not-lose game for either of these two sides, but guess what? They didn't. It all ended up 1-1 in the end. In fact, the whole group ended up all square today with draws. Alles über the Platz. And we'll get to that in just a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. Thank you for your continued support. And if you are new and you want to support the channel in another way, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, let's get cracking and have a little look, shall we, on this badger between Croatia and, of course, the Czech Republic. Let's get into the mix then, shall we? Of course, Group D it was. And it was a case of two halves, maybe. The Czechs taking a lead on the 37th minute on this one with a penalty. A bit of a dubious penalty as well. So they might have been a little bit lucky to get this penalty in the first place. Was it Lovren with the handball? But anyway, Patrick Schick, of course, scored two already. Bloody nose and everything. Manned up. Took the penalty and now, of course, leads the golden boot charge with this penalty today on the 37th minute. Into the second half, though, Croatia responded with Ivan Perisic on the 47th minute to give Croatia probably a level playing field on this one. And, of course, a share of the spoils at the end of the day. 11 shots apiece, 51% possession for the Czechs, 49% possession for the Croatians. It is a very, very fine margin between these two sides. And I've been impressed with the Czechs so far. They've dug their heels in. Of course, Scotland, as we saw, ain't no slouches against England. And, of course, they came away with the 3 points in the end. It's so tight, these two today. We have already seen matching shots on the day. 7 shots off target for the Czechs. Just one of them on target. 3 of them were blocked. On the flip side, 6 were off target for the Croatians. 2 of them on target, and of course 1 in the back of the net. The passes, 446 passes for the Czechs, 430 for the Croatians, 606 touches for Croatia and 601 for the Czechs. It was so tight. These two teams kind of cancelled each other out in the end. Pass success rate 82% in favour of Croatia, 79% going in favour of the Czechs as well. Aerial battles won by the Czechs, 13-11, and the tackles were more often coming from the Czechs over the Croatians as well. Take a little look at some of the old other stats here then, shall we? Of course, the shot grid, the Croatia are represented by the light blue on this hand side. Of course, the Czechs are represented by the dark colour on this left hand side. As you can see, where a couple of long range efforts here and a couple of little single ones from the Czechs as well, as they try to pepper the goal from distance as well. Take a look at the heat maps then, shall we, for the Croatians. Again, a lot of possession in the defensive third here, not so much going forward in the attacking end. It's still a fair amount when you look at some of the other examples, especially ones that of sides that didn't win the game. This is a lot of blades of grass covered, but there are some pockets that they didn't really get to have such a dominating possession. As for the Czechs, I see a bit more consistency in there. The keeper very active, both full-backs as well, more often on the left hand side it looks like, and again maybe further forward on the right hand side, a lot of touches over there. That's the areas that they took up. This is the touch grid. Again, the Czechs, keeper very busy at the back, again opting down the left and the right hand side. As for the Czech Republicans, keeper very busy. Again, you can see a lot more coming down that right hand side, I would say, and again some touches here. Quick look at the starting 11, so shall we? Dominik Levavenkovic between the sticks. Dejan Lovren got the yellow card, and of course the penalty. Domenico Vidra, Josko Gavrilovic, and Simirovic Vaško, the back four. Modric, Kovacic, Karamovic, Brekalo, Ivan Perisic with the goal, and of course Ante Rebic up top. It's an ageing team, 28.7 average age, and of course with a value around about £200 million, give or take. As for the Czechs, 28.8 average age, £120 million rated, with Thomas Vlasic between the sticks, Andrei Chelenchka, Thomas Kalas, Jean Boriel, and Vladimir Kufal at the back four. Thomas Holles, Thomas Suchek, Lucas Mazopust with Jacko Janko, Vladimir Darida, and of course Patrick Schick up top, who is having He's having the tournament of his life. He's doing very, very well for himself. Of course, getting him in the shop window. And again, I call in it now. Tottenham Hotspur, that's your man right there. Sell Kane. Get this guy in. He's 3 years junior to Kane. And of course, he'll cost you maybe 30 million, give or take. And I think he'll get you goals. He's got a bit about him. He's tall. He's lanky. He can score. He rockets. He can score. Apparently, he's composed. And he's got the world of on his shoulders right now. So get him signed up. Let's take a look at the subs then, shall we, for Croatia. We saw Marcelo Brozovic coming on. Nicholas Vlasic, young gun there, 23-year-old midfielder. They need to get rid of some of these deadwood. Bruno Pekovic and Lukas Ivančičović, another young gun there. As for the Czechs, they made some changes. Alex Krau came in on, Petra Savicevic, Anton Baric, Mika Krimilic, and Adam Hoslic, 18-year-old right winger. Again, get him in next time around. Take a look at the starting 11s and the formations, and of course some match ratings. Patrick Schick once again with a 7.6. It looks like he got the man of the match. According to this, Modric with a 7.2. Vladimir Darida not too shabby as well, and the keeper's not that active. As you can see, the old timeline of events, the penalty right here, and of course the early response by the Croatians, who did make some 2 early subs in the second half. They weren't afraid to make the changes, and of course they rang them in, and of course ultimately it kind of worked out in their favour. Look at what's been on social media then, shall we? Ranking Ecuador said, congrats Czech Republic from Ecuador. Meanwhile, Moore 7RM said, I repeat, Croatia is a finished team. They do not deserve to qualify for the next phase. As for Johnny Tresco, deserves result, equal match, and both teams can be satisfied with the point. Czech better than the first half, Croatia in the second. Jojo, aka Zeko, only Czech can be satisfied with the ending. In the last 10 minutes, Croatians were super aggressive and Czechs were passing around, hoping the game ends soon because the team was already exhausted. Not going to lie, even the players probably feel lucky that penalty happened. Pabby said, advantage Scotland. Maybe. The mastermind said, Croatian players were a bit tired. Suns, 24 years, worst game of the Euros. And of course, that leads on to the next. Take a look at the situation over the group then, shall we, on this badger? We've got the Czechs leading the charge. England are now second, of course, with that point early today up against the Scots. Croatia are third right here and now. With goal difference, perhaps. Scotland have got -2. But it all goes down to the match day number 3, for not only for to see who joins the top 2, potentially, of course, with a third place finish, but who will come out, of course, winning the group. The Czechs are in command. A draw or a win, they go through as winners. A defeat, they could be in a bit of a guessing game with the likes of Croatia, of course, and then other bits of play will have to come into it. But right here and now, I would say advantage Czech Republic heading into this. England will probably like to be into second spot to, of course, maybe avoid any hot properties in the Group F in the first round of 16. So we'll see how all that pans out for match number 3. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, and of course we will do it all again very, very soon. Of course, thanks again for watching. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up. And of course, what do you think about Scotland? Have they got a chance? What about the Czechs? Can they go out and win the group, or do they not want to win the group? Who wants to go through as winners? It could be a bit of a negative to actually win this group. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on who will come out on top and win this group, and of course who will join them in the round of 16 from Group D. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section. I'll see you soon for the next one. Match number 3 is not far away. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one.